Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're gonna take a little trip. We're gonna paddle the pirogue over to the Highlands of Scotland. Check out this little number right here. It's an oldie but goodie. It's a Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban 14 year. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Man, where y'all been at? Today, we got a Glenmorangie 14 year port cask finish. Quinta Ruban. So, this is a good one. I've had it for a while. I mean, you can tell by the fill level. This is good. I've also had the 12 year. The 12 year was also a port cask finish. I've had them side by side. To be honest with you, it's weird, but the 12 year I find picked up more port cask finish flavors that you would get. I don't know what the logistics behind the barrels, like how they ended up getting this 14 year. What was the percentage of years that, the time that it was in this barrel, that barrel. I know the original Glenmorangie starting out at 10 years. It's a good base for a finished whiskey. It's Glenmorangie's signature characteristics, signature taste. It's creamy, sweet, fruity, floral. It's a good whiskey, but it's a good base for finishing. And a matter of fact, Glenmorangie itself, I think, is one of the oldest, one of the first whiskeys to actually start these finishes. And now, if you think about it, I mean, through not only just Scottish whiskeys, but American whiskeys. How many people throw in bourbon whiskeys into another barrel and finishing it where you would have like a cognac finish or a sherry finish on a bourbon? I mean, it's pretty commonplace now. But yeah, Glenmorangie is one of the first ones to do this. And there's plenty of whiskeys that they have. They do a lot of wine finishings, though. They have a port. They have a sherry. You name it, whatever kind of wine there is out there, Cabernets, there's a finish that Glenmorangie does, and each one I think has a different year on it. I want to say the La Santa with the sherry cask is a 12 year, but it's a good whiskey. So let's just get into it, like right off the nose. Well, let's look at the color first. You can tell on that it's definitely got a reddish tint. I don't know if it picks up on the camera, but it's got a reddish tint, so definitely the Glenmorangie 10 year, pretty straw colored whiskey. So it's young for a Scotch, getting that used bourbon wood, but then all of a sudden you put it into a port, picks up this lovely little pinkish reddish color. So it is a non-chill filtered whiskey, which it says it right there on the box. It doesn't say it on the bottle, but on the box it'll say non-chill filtered. Right there. But judging by the color of it, I think it's a natural color too. It's just, it's not put on the bottle of the box, which is nice when it is. Probably should be. But all right, on the nose. Whew, lots of red fruit. Lots of red fruit. Lots of plum. Anything you can think about with red fruit. Plum, some strawberry, a little hint of raspberry. But you also get that underlying creaminess that is Glenmorangie 10 year. Like a vanilla custard, maybe. No alcohol presence whatsoever. Even coming at a 46%er, so 92 proof. Not much alcohol at all in the nose. Very tamed down, mellowed out whiskey. Some creaminess in there. Not much oak on the nose at all. No spice whatsoever. Just fruits, dark fruits, and like a vanilla custard creaminess to it. It rose. This one rose. So right off the first flavor, like fresh fruit, same as in the nose, plums, strawberries, raspberries, just dark red berries, a little cherry. But then the creaminess comes in right after. It's almost like a strawberry cream, if that makes any sense, which is really good in a whiskey. The spice comes at the end though. So as you get no spices in the nose, at the end you start getting the cinnamons and stuff that you would get, and then the oak comes in. So the oak comes in and it's followed by kind of the spice in the finish. Really good whiskey though. That opens up nice as you. So even on the nose, it's more simplistic on the nose, but once you taste it, that flavor's rolling, and when that starts going, the arrival's there. You start getting the fruits, and as the arrival starts picking up, you start getting the creaminess in the middle palate, and then towards the end, you start getting the in the finish, you start getting the oak and spice, which is nice. Yeah, cream, spice. That's some good stuff. Good whiskey. God, I'm gonna have to buy me another one of these Glenmorangie. Man, they used to go for this one used to go in the 40s. Like it was a steal at like I remember I picked one up at $43, long time ago. This one coming from $43. I mean the price of whiskey is going up anywhere you go, and that's whiskey in general, not just Scotch, not bourbon, but it's just going up. I mean, shit, the price of everything's going up. Seen gas prices lately. But yeah, I think I want to say this one was last time I seen it was in the $50 price range. But depending on what you look, you might still find them high 40s, 45, 46. I remember they used to be about 42 or $43 though. The Lasantas are a little less. So the Lasantas right now are probably, but it's a 12-year whiskey, but that's probably running around the 40 price range, whereas this one would probably be 50s. But really, really good whiskey. Couillon rating scale, the new one we got, the 1 to 10. Out of 10, I would give this one. Out of Scotch World over here. I'm gonna go 7.5. It's really good whiskey. I think 7 would probably be not doing it justice. But I would give this a 7.5. The 12 would probably creep into like 7.75, if not 8. The 12-year port cask is really good, but this one's not bad. It's weird that I would judge a 12-year whiskey not being as good as a 14-year whiskey. I just don't know what they do with this. I don't know what changed in this 14-year that it's not picking up. It has a less of a port wine accent than the 12 did, but it's still a good whiskey, and it's definitely a buy again. If we would say anything past 5, I would say on this rating scale, maybe a 6 is a definite buy again. So that's a good judge to kind of range from. That's a good standard. But this one would definitely be above the mediocrity of a 6. So I would definitely go 7.5. It's really good. That's it. Glenmorangie, Quinta Ruban, 14-year. If you see them out and you're a wine guy, or I mean, I'm not a wine person myself, but man, that port cask does a number to that whiskey. So, but whiskey couillons, guys. Like I said, we're gonna be putting out more content here and there. Got a lot of whiskeys in the pipeline. We got some peated stuff coming up. I got a lot of peated whiskey to review. I try not to open too much at one time. I'm not a collector. We don't collect whiskey. I mean, you might call it a collection, but we don't collect whiskey. I have a lot of stuff, and it's all made to drink. So I try not to open too much at one time. The stuff I do have open, we'd like to get a review out here and there. So, But that's us, Whiskey Couillons. I know Ryan will probably be putting some content out here and there too. So if you like what we do, hit that like button. Give us a shout out. Give us a subscribe. And check us out on the next video, guys.